Okay, so how are you? It's been like almost 6 months of lockdown.
Well, it's a different lifestyle which everybody is going through, a different change in everybody's lives, and the human beings are really amazing to adapt to new ways of living. So I guess everybody is following a different lifestyle, or following a different way of dealing with their lives and their businesses and their profession. So I guess we all are in the same boat.
So how have you been dealing?
Well, actually, I have Suleiman and I have really made a very different change in our lives. We've always wanted to start our own label, and our own record label, which basically is not just a Salim Sulaiman label, but it allows it invites different artists from all across India and outside India to bring out their music, release their new material without any creative barriers. And we've called this label Merchant Records.
Right, right.
We started this label earlier in May this month, this year, and it's already been 4 months since we launched it, and we've released about 5 songs through it. So this is a big change which has happened in our lives, and we've made best use of this lockdown where all our live concerts and all our traveling is put to a standstill, and we've gathered our creative forces, we've gathered our all our time to write new music and release it through Merchant Records.
Okay, so far it's like almost 4 months. So how has the response been?
It's been phenomenal actually, because we've got not just independent artists, new artists who've knocked our door to release their music through our label, but some prominent artists who have been up in their game and releasing music and even film stuff. We've actually been very fortunate that there's been a great response from artists all across India to release their material through our label. So it's been pretty fantastic, and we wanted to create a community of creative artists to collaborate together and bring out their music on our label. And it's been phenomenal.
Okay, so just to get a pretty decent idea about what the label is all about, we just wanted to know who can be part of this community of this label. Can amateurs?
Amateurs. I won't say amateurs, but any new independent artist, anybody who's got a great song, anybody who's got a great musical creation, and somebody who's planning to who has just an idea as a germ, as a song, and they want to develop it. We are in that. We are inviting, and we are open to every genre, every artist.
So it's kind of a platform for even people who do not have any idea about Bombay, the music industry, or is it also about global presence? Suppose somebody from UAE composes a great music, so can he approach you?
Of course, it's for the entire world. I mean, anybody who wants who has a whose music I feel has a great sort of listening sound. So anybody's music which has who wants to release their piece of music, their creative contribution, their any form of music. It could be pop, it could be hip hop, it could be classical, it could be folk, it could be traditional, it could be anything. We are opening our doors to anyone and everyone.
Okay, so Sulaiman is also part of this.
Yeah, it's always Salim Sulaiman.
We know that. So he has been composing as well, and at the same time he has been. So what does this mean? A label under the siblings' name, but you stop composing for major Hindi movies, or no?
And all. We have next year we have some really amazing music coming out. There's one big Netflix release that did it's a film which is basically based in Rajasthan, but it's an English and Hindi film. It's called Desert Dolphins. That's releasing next year, and then we have a couple of more releases that are planned. We're doing something for another OTT platform, which is kind of a TV show, which we are also working on. So there's lots in the pipeline when it comes to mainstream cinema and OTT.
Okay. So parallelly, the label as well as feature films and OTT going parallelly, right? Okay. But Salim, 2018. Since 2018, we saw a little less of you in terms of when it comes to mainstream feature films in Bollywood. So what really happened there? There's kind of a vacuum between 2018 and 20. There's a hole where we don't find you. We only saw you as judges and singles.
Good question. I have Sulaiman and I are starting a movement called Fifa. We started recording and working on that in 2018, middle of 2018, one of 2019. And this album is supposed to release earlier this year, 2020, when the pandemic started. But when I say it's not just an album, it's a movement. It's actually a bunch of 7 songs featuring some mainstream artists like Shreya Ghoshal, Arijit Singh, Sukhwinder Singh, Nikita Gandhi, Jonita Gandhi, Salman, Ali, Osman. There are 7 songs featuring some really amazing names. So this album is basically going to be like a movement, which will happen every year. It's starting from this year. We were hoping to release this earlier in the year, but because of the pandemic, we've now moved it to close to Diwali. So it's called Bhumi 2020, and similarly there will be a Bhumi 21, Bhumi 22, releasing every year. We also started in 2018. We started composing the music for our musical Umrao Jaan, which we hope to bring to the UAE when things are back to normal. To probably release at the Dubai Opera House. So there's a lot of work that happened in 2018. We created a big Broadway musical, like I said. There was also a lot of work that went in writing our own movie, which we are producing, which is still under production. So it'd be difficult to talk about it right now. But we are going to be producing a film. So Sulaiman and I, as film producers, and we are not only just producing the movie, but we are writing the music for it as well. And it's a very special film. So that break is very well justified, because there's much larger things that happened and much larger things that are going to happen.
So is it kind of the movie that you're producing? Is it going to be a musical?
Yes.
Oh, so will it be India's first proper musical?
It will. It's a little bit difficult to say that because there have been some musicals which have released earlier in the past.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a different kind of music.
And we are going to see big stars along with you, right?
Not really. It's not going to be a big starry film. The biggest star of this film is going to be the story.
Okay. That's something that we were about to come. So Salim, whenever we see you and Sulaiman, we quickly remind people often relate you guys with Asha Lata, Abbas Mastan, Farhan Zoya. But there's a certain chemistry between you guys. There always has been. You guys have been inseparable. But recently we actually heard you guys never spoke for 5 years. So what really happened? Tell our listeners.
That was in our teens when we were. I was a teenager at that time. Not even a teenager actually. I was.
In school.
Yeah, I was 9 years old or 10 years old. I don't remember. And we had a small. You know how kids fight.
Yeah.
Small little riff between us, and small little tiff between us. Sorry, and yeah, it led to something massive, and at that age, when you're
So are you not going to reveal it?
well, we were both big fans of Jungle Book
Right. Yeah.
to a cola, and those cola caps. It had Jungle Book characters, and Salim had really sort of had that book, Jungle Book, picture book which he had collected, and he had sort of made it, and I kind of started doing. I cut up that entire book and took out all the pictures from it and stuff like that, and he got very upset, and then we had a massive fight, and like that was all very childish and whatever. I guess people at this age, when they're in their 30s or their 40s or their 50s, sometimes have massive fights, and which leads to separation, and which leads to. So we had pretty much sorted out our rift and our fight and our arguments at that age itself. That way, when we grew up and we started collaborating, and we became a jodi, we became a duo, there was no sign of any kind of, we had already ironed out all our differences back then when we were kids. So there's nothing that can separate us now.
So you guys don't fight at all right now?
We do have arguments. We do have musical arguments, which are creative and which are basically meant to have some creative differences, which is obviously when you're making music, everybody has a point of view, and I guess that's very healthy, because that way you come out with the best.
So you mean to say, when you guys fight, so who takes the lead and who calms the other down? Argument. Yeah. It's kind of a bringing the best out of each other. Yeah. So we cannot say who's the better half, right? Not Sulaiman or you. Both are equally responsible for all the arguments and settling it down, right?
Yeah, it's a very common phenomenon between people, between duos, between trios, between teams. Even bands have, sort of arguments, and whatever. Ultimately, it depends on your bond. It depends on how you guys are connected, and what brings you together is also because the reason for your fights are music, and what brings you together is also music. So ultimately, music matters.
Right, and that's good for us actually.
Absolutely.
So tell us about your experience of UAE. You must have gone there like what, 100 times?
5-6 times at least.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a long time since now I've been to the UAE, because last we were there was in February, I think, and we had a really nice concert. But the last time we did a public performance in the UAE was at the Bollywood Parks, which was exactly a year ago in 2019. It was the end of season for Bollywood Parks. It was just before Ramadan kicked in, and it was a beautiful concert. There was a lot of people, and Bollywood Parks is a really good venue. I know a lot of people travel from not only from Dubai but from Abu Dhabi as well, because it's right in the middle. So yeah, it was a really good concert.
So the experience, when you say Indian fans and when you say UAE fans, is there a vast difference? Do you find them different?
Oh yes, because the UAE fans obviously has Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, and the entire South Asian community. People from all over come, from all nationalities who come. There are a lot of people from, a lot of fans from Gulf countries also, of music. So there's a mixed crowd which really loves our music, and we're very thankful and very happy.
So, when you talk about your label that's coming up, but you also associated yourself with Coke Studio and Mixtape. So, will you still be associated with them, or are you completely cutting loose?
I'm a very free person. I don't put boundaries to my musical creativity and to my participation in any kind of musical activity. When I start a label, I've started it for everyone to be free as creative people. I've never ever thought that music should be bound by a label or by a catalog or by a property or by by a certain clique or a group of people. It should have, if you have music and you are you have an audience, you should be able to collaborate and participate and be part of as many events and as many labels properties as possible, whether it be Coke Studio, Mixtape, whatever. I'm never going to stop myself, ever.
Right. And since you also have been judging for several TV shows, so people who are actually talented, they can also be part of your new community, the label you're talking of?
Absolutely. This is, on the 15th of August, which is the India Independence Day, we actually released a version of Jana Gana Mana on our label records. And that Jana Gana Mana has two new composers who are students of Whistling Woods Music School in Bombay. That Jana Gana Mana version was recreated by these two people, Nikhil and Swapnil, who are absolutely brand new in the music world. Started composing together. And the featuring singers who feature on that were also all very new. There's Keshav Tewahar, there's Hansika Parekh, there's Kabir Singh, all young, talented, budding singers. They don't have any kind of film, sort of catalog or anything under their name. But we wanted to work with absolutely new people, and this was a great opportunity to give everyone a chance on the 15th of August, which basically symbolizes our independence and freedom.
Okay, when we talk about talent, we also, I'm sorry, I'm deviating from music. UAE is also hosting the IPL this year,
Yes.
Yeah. So, since you have been associated with, FIFA, then Chak De India. So, we also know you as a person who's also a sports lover. So, yeah. So, IPL is coming up. Are you a cricketing fan?
I don't think you know this, but when IPL was on Sony, before it came to Star Sports, I had composed out of 10 years on Sony. I've composed, Sulaiman and I have composed 7 IPL anthems of the 10. So out of the 10 IPL anthems which came every year they came up with an IPL anthem. So 10 years that it was on Sony, we did 7 years of the IPL.
And that's like, this is the 13th edition, so almost half of what you did. Half of the anthems are yours.
Absolutely.
And that's a trivia we are going to love so much. So do you have a favorite team? Do you have a favorite person? Do you have a favorite wicket keeper?
Well, Mumbai Indians favorite team, favorite cricketers,
Okay. The people we have been interviewing for this chat show, we call this AlShorts with Celebs. So most of the people have said it's MS Dhoni and Mumbai Indians. So almost we are about to end this, but we do a small thing which is a kind of a rapid fire where you cannot don't have time to think much. I'm sorry to put you through this. Yeah. So it's like a pack of 5 questions where we ask and you have to instantly answer. Okay. So music or Suleiman?
Music.
Okay. Singing or composing?
Composing.
Okay. Mixtape, Coke Studio, or the new label right now?
The new label.
Okay. FIFA World Cup anthem or Chak De India anthem?
Chuck the India anthem.
Okay. Cricket or tennis?
Cricket.
Okay. So we are almost about to end, but our listeners always want you to sing something for us. Why can't? If it would be great if you could just hum something from Jab Tum Paas Ho, anything from your recent number.
Oh, baby, I hear अब होने लगी पूरी जब तुम पास ये मंजूरी मेरे लिए है जरूरी जब तुम पास
It's a beautiful number. It's a beautiful number. It's quite quite soothing, and it's almost a Salim Sulaiman it has that signature. So it was lovely talking to you, Salim, and please take care. You and Sulaiman take care. And whenever you visit Dubai, which I am guessing next year soon.
Hopefully, inshallah.
Yeah. So we'll be very happy to meet you. And please take care. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.